Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right. So currently, this is one of the trades that personally I'm basically in on Volatility 75. Obviously, I didn't manage to share the signal and stuff, but it's one of the trade ideas that I'm currently into on Volatility 75. So one of the major pairs that I trade when it comes to synthetic pairs is VIX75. I think I've spoken this for a very long time now, both publicly as well as privately in my mentorship classes there, because of how much it basically flows in terms of structure. When it's going up, we're going up. When we're going down, we're going down. There's no that haphazard structure formation, whatever. So VIX75 going straight to business. What am I looking out for? What I'm basically looking out for right now on VIX75, looking at the major structure, just to give you a rough idea of the major structure. Major structure, this is my major structure here. That's a major swing lower high, right? That's a swing lower low there. Then if you zoom in, whatever is happening inside there, according to the daily, is basically, I can say it's basically my internal structure there. So once in this region here that we are currently at, once in this region of which we've actually shifted bullish. I don't know what I'm saying, but from this region here, once the market starts to push nicely to the upside, our first target obviously is this level here where this whole, if you check this zone here where it literally started around here, right? So I can just put that, let me just put that as a straight line to say that is going to be one of our targets there to the upside, that level there. It's literally going to be around, I think here, right? Then ultimately up there, there is this supply area, which is an extreme supply that I have also. I also have, if you zoom in nicely, there's also another supply area here. So these are three major points or three major levels that we are I'm basically be that I'll basically be eyeing for to expect a reversal, to expect the market to give some form of structure shifting to the. So yeah, the major move now that I'm anticipating is once we come to the right zone there, is obviously to break out of this whole level here, break out of this level, break out of that level, maybe give a pullback, something like this. Then once they get there, they can even shift now and even continue selling, like, since overall they're still bearish. So looking at inside structure, which is the most important thing right now on the daily on VIX75, if we're going to mark structure from the left side of things up until here where we are, you literally realize that right here, that was simply a break of structure there. We broke structure there. They came back to this level here. They actually came back to the extreme supply area there, which was actually a selling point. You could have taken sales there. Then they came here. They didn't break here. That was a false break there. That was not a clear break of structure. Because the minute you say that's a break of structure, the minute you're going to say that's a break of structure, it means you're not expecting this high to be taken out. So that was not a break of structure. That was a fake break there. They literally came to the extreme, then they dropped. So currently, just looking at this structure here, just looking at this structure, they've been coming down, been coming down, been coming down. They've still been bearish. They've still been bearish. Mm, if I'm going to expand on structure on the daily, there's this level here that we want to be taken out to the upside on the daily. Once they take out that level, we know that now we are going to have buys, possible buys to continue going to the upside, obviously to change character ultimately to the buying side of things. So yeah, our major change of character on the daily, it will literally be around here, the major one. But before it even gets to the major one, it would have basically shifted even on the lower time frame of things. So that's a daily level that I want to be taken out. But what I like is the lower time frames, they are also giving us signs of they actually gave us bullish signs actually. Not so yeah, on the daily, another thing also we have this demand here that they left out. So one thing that will most likely do us good is if they come there. So here they can operate in two ways, whereby they can shift this what that shift that we want, then come back here, then go, right? They can literally do this, or they can even come here, right? Give you a higher low, which is higher than this, then go up to something like that. So there are always different case scenarios to these market movements according to institutions. So if you understand how basically institutions move price, you won't have problems even if they use a different case scenario. So going to the 8-hour time frame, we just want to see if we can get more further details on that same trade. So on the 8-hour, what I like now, let me just remove this daily level. On the 8-hour, remember I said that's our major, the major one. Once it takes out this one, it means overally they are now coming all the way to those other higher levels up there. So throughout the entire time, they will basically be following bullish order flow to the upside. So following bullish order flow to the upside, what I like on the 8-hour, first thing that I liked was this, whereby they literally broke structure down here. That was a break of structure. Then here, they literally came and changed character. They literally changed character here. This is the minor change of character now that is going to facilitate these buys if ever they're going to take out that one. Let's say now they don't even come and take out that one. Still, we would have made money with those swing buys to this extreme supply, as well as even here, they can even come here and tape around this fair value gap area here, right? So all those levels are levels that can also be tapped just in case they don't even change that major character, right? This is a minor change to facilitate. So here you have that major swing there. That was a major swing there. That was a major swing there, like this. So here, what they've done, they basically made this a major swing. I don't know if you can understand this structure. So this is basically basic market structure whereby you have this lower high, lower low here, lower high there. We now have a swing, lower low here because of this change of character. So from here, even if it comes here, this leg is still the one that is dominating. So to understand that once we shift here, we are basically going to have serious swing by to the upside. Then these are going to be our short-term targets. But if structure remains bullish and doesn't shift to the downside, we'll literally keep on holding. So once they change there, then they can give you maybe a slight pullback before they offer a continuation like that. So this is one of the major trades that I'm actually anticipating for volatility 75. Basically for this month of June, the major trade that I'm anticipating is the swing buy on volatility 75, which I'm also anticipating each and every single one of you to take, as well as I'm going to also share obviously the signal directly with my VIP signal group there. We're going to share the signal obviously once it's on the zone there. But um even if the signal is not shared, that's not the point. The main point is for you to understand the whole mechanics, the whole thought process behind each and every single major move that you're going to see on the charts or on the market. So that major buy is going to come from here. So this initial move to the upside was actually a good trade setup. I actually I don't know. I'll share. I think I'll share with you one of my students basically who even took this buy. Obviously, due to the understanding that we have in the mentorship class, he literally took it straight away from here, right? Because of that shift that happened there. So he took it from here. After taking it from here, he literally held it all the way up until this change of character there, which is the minor change of character here. So he literally held it all the way to there. So now, in his even if he takes this sales, he will literally make profit again, as well as the continuation buy. So this was the first major trade to the upside. Now we have literally, I can say we have done this downside shift. So to an extent that, remember, as we go up to the upside, they go up respecting order flow. We still go up respecting order flow. We still go to the upside respecting order flow. So even if I'm going to mark some levels here, to the from the this side, they were still bearish here. That was a break of structure there. Then they came there. So yeah, let me just use something to mark my levels here, or let me just use this. That was a lower. Let me reduce it. Reduce it, right? Like this. That was a lower high, lower low. lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we have a higher high now. That's a higher high. So that being our higher high now, we literally are expecting the market to come here and give us a higher low. Then boom, we go to the upside. So all the way, if they're going to change that major character now, this is the minor one, but that major one, if they're going to change that one, they are basically going to go up respecting these mechanics, even if they give you a pullback like that, they'll still maintain this up until. So the only time you see them changing again to take out your higher low like that is after they take out that major leg, of which even the continuation. So all of those things are basically things that you understand due to more practice, more exposure on the charts, as well as more insight into the chart. So yeah, that's where we're going to take our major swing buys, but mainly, obviously, according to me, I'm basically anticipating it to even get to the major change of character up there. So that's where we are basically going to hold those entire swing buys to the upside too. So yeah, what it has literally done, it has done the downside shift. After doing the downside shift, they literally came back to the level. After coming back to the level, they didn't take it out. So they also shifted again, which is also an opportunity for sales. So yeah, initially, the year one could have taken sales, right? Of which they shifted there. They came back again, even if let's say you took minor buys here. But taking those minor buys, you are taking them, but also being aware of also concepts like liquidity, whereby you know that if they generate liquidity, whereby they create equal laws like this, that's actually liquidity that they would have generated. So here we have liquidity here. This is all liquidity that you're seeing there. So that being liquidity now, they will make sure that they don't uh change our ultimate structure to the upside, because yeah, if ever they had broken here already, now it means they can't come now to this level. If they break the broke there, they were just going to pull back to this level, then continue buying. So here they've actually left this level of liquidity, right? So leaving this liquidity, it's also an extra confluence also that is going to make this level a very good level for our buys. So yeah, that was also another selling opportunity. That's why I told you in the beginning that I'm actually in sales. It was literally based on that level there, this level here, or this area here. So that's how basically simple it is to understand most of these dynamics that are happening on the charts each and every single day. Most of the things that are happening on the charts is that everything that is happening on the charts is just a repetition after repetition after repetition after repetition. So if you don't have understanding, you basically, so here, if I'm going to refine it on the H4, is going to be somewhere around here, somewhere around this level here, the level where we're anticipating our swing buys from, somewhere around there, stop loss just below here, like this. So here, that's where I caught my sales from up there. From up there, that's where I caught my cells. So those cells, we are basically going to hold them into this demand area here. So these are the current positions that I've basically been uh looking forward, looking into on volatility 75. I think for May, I think around the beginning of May, we just had this move to the upside, then this one, of which here those were sales again. One could have taken swing sales there, targeting that leg, as well as even extending. If you wanted to extend that move, or if you wanted to extend that trade, if you wanted to extend that trade, you would have taken your lower high, from that lower high to this lower low. You could have taken your Fibonacci like this. Let me see if I can add my extensions, negative one as well. So all of those are my relative, my only relevant Fibonacci extension levels are basically these ones. So you could have even extended holding the trade to those Fibonacci levels, as well as even structure like that. So you could have even exited that sell from here. After exiting here, you could have even caught buys, of which catching those buys, remember, they had not yet changed character there. So it means even as you're taking those buys, you're just taking them with an awareness that they haven't changed character. So here, you can see that they literally came to this supply area, then they shifted from there. So of which by the time they shifted there, you would have literally also exited again. The same thing here. This shift again that happened there, that was the beginning of buys. You could have caught those initial buys. That shift again, you could have caught sells. Here, you could have caught minor buys, minor sells here, minor buys here. Here, this is actually a swing sell because we're anticipating it to proceed all the way into this major swing demand area for our swing buys. So for volatility 75, the structure, the order flow is now shifted bullish, and we're now anticipating major swing buys, right? Of which currently now we are just selling into this level. Once we sell into that level, we are basically going to shoot up. So this coming week that we're entering, I'm expecting the market to come into tap into our zone there. Once it taps nicely into our zone, I'm going to give that signal also with my VIP group there. We're going to catch those swing buys and we're going to hold them for a very long time. And along the way, as we'll be going up, we'll basically be scaling in, scaling in, scaling in. If we manage to scale in properly, by the time we even change that major character, would have definitely made serious good money, even with the tiniest of accounts. This trade, let me just show you the potential of this setup. The potential of this setup, even with the minor list account, someone with the minimum of accounts. For example, here the stop loss. If you enter the trade here, even if you enter it straight away once we tap there, the stop loss there is $10. The TP, it will be $94. This is for someone. This is for someone using a 0,001. If you use a 0,001 here, this stop loss will be $10 stop loss. And roughly looking at the reward, we're literally looking at something like $94. So this means if someone with a $10 account, right, or let's say $20 account, someone with a $20 account, if they take a 0,001 here, right, they're risking $10, which is good, which is not a problem because already the confirmation that upside have happened, right? So someone with as little as $20, even if you don't have the $20 now, let's say you are that broke right now, you can even look for that $20 before we even tap that zone. By the time that market gets there, you will no longer be on $20. You now have 20 plus 94, which is literally going to be 100 something. That is excluding even the scaling ins. If you manage to scale in, you realize that by the time you get there, you'll be even way more than 200, way more than $300. So everything that I'm telling you now, these are the mechanics or the thought processes that I go through every time when I'm in a trade, every time before I even enter a trade. I'm prepared all the way, both on the financial side of things, both on the risk management side of things, and also both on the setup side of things. So you realize that there is no way I can miss a move, a major move on the markets. There is no way I'll ever miss it, and there's no way I'll ever even miss the scaling inside of things. So most of you, the problem is you're just there on the markets, and you're just there, and most of your actions, they are actions that are happening unconsciously, whereby you're just, even your analysis is not even on point, your risk management not even. So how the power of how much potential this move has for someone with a $20 account, by the time we get there, already you're now almost on $100 plus, right? That is just if you take one position, right? If you scale in, it will be more. Then let's say for someone with as little as $100, I'm just giving you an example of even how much risk you can do there. Someone with a $100 account, right? Knowing that, okay, a 0,01 is going to risk $10 on this trade. Okay. You can even decide to risk $50 there because of how much higher probability it is. This is a higher probability zone because we have changed character to the upside. That's why it's a higher probability zone. So here you can even, with a $100 account, you can even risk $50. Risking $50 here, you're simply entering a 0,005, one position, a 0,005. A 0,005, once you get there, you're literally 94 times 5, which is literally 0,2 there, that's 45, which is 47 here. Already, look at this. Already you are now on 470 profit plus your initial $100. Already you're now on 570. Imagine your account was on $100 here when you're here. Now, just by you holding one position, I'm not talking, I'm even not even explaining the scaling side of things. The scaling, obviously, there's once you manage to scale in, you realize that a $100 account from here to here, you can even find yourself on $1,000. What I'm telling you is these are practical things that I've done over and over and over and over again, of which I'm actually going to do it practically with also some of the guys that are in the million dollar class, as well as the guys that are in the mentorship class. Especially this move. This is one move that I'm going to actually practicalize everything on, most of these things that we talk about. So I'm just giving you a rough idea of the potential of this move, both for someone with the tiniest of accounts with $20, you are literally expecting your account to be times 5, right? This is without even mentioning scaling in when you get there. With $100, we're expecting it to be also times 5, which is around 570 by the time we get there, without even scaling in. What more if you scale in? It's going to be more. So imagine someone with $1,000 account, because it's a higher probability opportunity. With $1,000 account, you can even decide to risk $500 there because it's a higher probability setup because of the confluences that are there already. So risking $500 there, it's simply uh here $10, it's 0.001, means $500. You're simply doing simple mathematics there. You're simply dividing 500 into that, which is literally 50. 50 here, if you multiply 0.001 times 50, that's 5, that's 0.005, which is 123, 123 there. So you're literally going to take a 0.005 instead of a 0.005. So someone with $1,000 account can even take a 0.05 lot size right here, right? 0.05. Once you take that, by the time we get there, already that $1,000 will be up more than 5,000. You actually be up $5,000 plus. One position, just one position. What more if you scale in? What more if you scale in? You can even get to more than that. 5,000, 6,000, 7, 8, if not 10. Just from there, there to there. What am I explaining now? I'm trying also to foster the idea in your head that you don't need to trade 100 pairs, 10 pairs, 20 pairs to make good money out of the financial markets. Once you master one good pair, you can literally make a lot of money more than someone trading 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 10 pairs. I'm just giving you rough, simple mathematics on just this simple opportunity that I'm showing you now. So this is how much potential this move has, both on someone with as little as $20, someone with $100, someone with $1,000. Someone with $1,000, you're expecting obviously to 5x your account by the time we get there. 5x plus, right? 5x plus by the time we get there. 10,000, same thing. 100,000, same thing. So these are just numbers. It's a game of numbers, but the setup side of things, the risk management side of things, the psychology, it's just the same. It's just the only difference there is just that when you get to a higher level of number, obviously it's just the numbers that would have just increased. So that's a higher probability setup that I don't want any one of you to miss. That one, don't even miss it by any means. Don't miss that one. This one, don't miss it. Once you get there, once you get that structure to the upside, you strike your buys, then you hold all the way to the upside. So let's look into other pairs. Let's see other pairs that I look at also. Other pairs that I trade. Let's look if ever there's anything interesting. So another I don't know if you guys remember. If ever you have been paying attention, if ever you have been paying attention to the free signals that I gave, I gave a free signal around here. I gave a free signal on BOOM500. If you check, if you're in the free WhatsApp group as well as the free Telegram group, I gave a sell on B5 around there. Obviously, the first TP was here, but ultimately, I was anticipating it to come all the way to this major change of character, right? Look at where the market is now. Look at where we are now. I gave the sell there. Look at where we are now. Imagine if ever you could pay attention, if ever you could focus, if ever you could hold trades long, because if ever the setup is saying we're going long, we're going to hold for long. You just need to hold long. All you do along the way, you just scale in. All these zones that you see me drawing along the way, those are just zones where I scale in more trades. The good part about scaling in is that all those initial trades would actually be safe. They'll actually be safe up there. So let me just show you now of obviously the major anticipation now that I'm having on that particular pair, BOOM500, which is one of the pairs that I also trade. So BOOM500, if you do a major zoom out like this, it has literally hit almost all the previous highest levels that it has ever, which is not a problem. What I like is over a little upside, they're literally having this major bullish market structure, right? Or major bullish order flow, whatever you want to call it. That was the major change of character there, of which if you're going to mark major structure, that was a leg, that was a leg, that was a swing leg, that was a swing leg. These are our swing legs. These swing legs, marking them like this, especially if ever you're still trying to master, right? Marking them like this will help you to know even how far certain moves will go. So even after breaking there, let's see if ever they actually introduced a new structure. So here we started to have these other minor structures, minor structures along the way, but still bullish. If you look at here, they literally shifted down, but broke up. They came back here. They broke again to the upside. They broke again there. So those were all buying opportunities, especially on these levels upon retracement here. That was a buy. That was a buy. Swing buy there as well. So after doing that, they kept going up. They did another shift here. After that shift, they broke structure up. After breaking structure up, so even here, this was a swing buy. All of those trade setups, all of how to even enter this swing, this swing, this swing, and that swing. All of those things are things that we address in our mentorship class. Very, very deep mysteries concerning the markets that once you understand them, you become a dangerous trader, a dangerous trader to yourself as well as to the markets, a dangerous trader to yourself as well as to the market. So all of these major zones were major entry levels. So once they change character there, your next focus should always be your previous structure. Previous structure here in this case is this, right? Previous structure that I'm having here is this. So that will be our next focus. Previous structure, and above that previous structure, you can also look for certain levels of demand as well, right? For example, I can see is a level there. I can see also another one there, as well as also this extreme. So already you have an idea of levels to actually anticipate the market to push to. So here, that's a change of character there. Once they change that character, literally it means we now have another major swing leg. If you look at our major overall bias, which is bullish, means that will be a major swing higher high because it's higher than this. So here, if they come here, if they come around here, that will be a major swing higher low. Very simple practical concepts that are well proven, that have been tried and tested and tested and tested and tested and tested and tested and tested, yet they still keep on maintaining the same win rate, which is actually a very serious high probability win rate. So now the swing sales that we took were basically coming from this level here. They shifted to the downside. So the first level that I was eyeing for them to get to, because whenever you're analyzing, you must always have that other side whereby you say, if I'm going to look at this chart, right? Once we shift there, our first range is basically here because we're still bullish. That's a higher high, higher low. This minor structure there, that's a higher low, right? So even after they create this as a higher high by that shift to the downside, when we took those sales, I literally had certain demand levels like this as certain possible if ever they're going to keep on buying, right? It's always good to have that idea. So here, after breaking, I was anticipating if ever, even if they get there, if they shift, if they're going to keep on buying, that's where we're going to take our profits. But now, if they don't shift, literally now they are going to do something different. So here, we're looking forward to a different situation whereby we can literally have something like this. Once they change character there, expect something like this, something like this, something like this. Then they can literally change again character to the upside like this. So these are the, the major moves. So currently it's still a proceeding sell, of which I gave you the cells up there. I gave you the cells up there. All you can do now is literally work on the lower time frames, identify those lower time frame entry points. Then you can continue, because if ever they're going to continue changing, they will literally respect even the overall bearish market structure inside there up until they change that character. So once they change that character and now they give you a shift here, you can even take minor buys to the upside. They can even give you minor buys to that supply was tapped, that one was tapped. They can even come to this one. Already, I'm showing you 10 moves ahead before they even happen. The power of being a trader with understanding is that you can even predict the next 5, 10 moves of the market before it even does them. Not because you are, this is not because you're just guessworking things. No, these are things that are calculated, well calculated. So, yeah, once they change character here, one of my major pullbacks, I'm going to anticipate them it here. Once they come there and they shift, definitely will take sales there. So, these will basically be entry points, entry points. Then once they tap into this region, that will also be an entry point. Then once they change character, that will be also another major entry point. Already, I'm preparing you for moves that haven't even happened. So if they, even if they get to this level and they don't change character, they're still going to keep on selling. So you just focus on keeping on selling up until they get to wherever they want to get to. So currently, as I said, that your focus now, because the move has already escaped our entry level, of which I gave that sell from that level, right? So all you do now is you just mark certain ranges on the daily, right, or certain levels on the daily, whereby you know that if they don't change this structure on the daily, they're literally going to keep on selling. So on the daily, what is it that can confirm us that point? On the daily now, if you look at this structure, that was a level, that was a level, that was a level here. That's a level. So yeah, I can say my current level here is this high and this low. That's my current selling range on B5. If you're not in that position, you can literally mark that range. Once you mark that range, all you now do on the lower time frames is just identify structure shift, proper structure shifts to the downside. Once they happen, then you strike. So going lower to the 8 hour, to the 4 hour, to the 2 hour, to the 1 hour. Let's see what that range. So in this range, what I like about this range, already you can see that we have a supply and an extreme supply, and we're still within that range. If we haven't broken out of that range, there is a potential of this market coming there. So the potential of this market coming here is there. Once they come there, once they give you that structure to shift to the downside, you literally sell from there. First TTP is here, second one is there. So those are basically trades that you're eyeing for on Boom 500, of which the sales guys, if you listen carefully, they from up there you were literally supposed to keep on holding. Even till today, you would still be holding sales. Imagine one of the biggest things that I can tell you is people's problem currently in the trading industry. The major problem is not capital. The major one is not capital. In as much as capital for some people is still a problem, but the major problem is not capital. The major problem is understanding. How deep your understanding is of the charts. How deep is it? How deep are you? How deep is your understanding now? How deep is your understanding? So yeah, once they get there, you can even strike sales from there. But once they exit out of that range, you basically need to mark a new range on the daily, 8 hour, blah blah. Then you just focus on that new range levels. Then you continue just like that. So B5, we are still selling, we are still selling, we are still bearish, we are still bearish, we are still bearish, strongly bearish. So those are two major moves or two major current trade setups that I'm having on. These are the I think the only main pairs that I focus on mostly is VIX75 and B5. Sometimes I can add on Crash 500 here and there. Sometimes also I can add also Step Index here and there. So all of those things are things that I basically also look into, but mainly it's basically VIX75 and Boom 500. So VIX75, that one, please get ready for it. Get if you don't have any money funded in your account, please fund even the list of even $20. Even $20. Get $20, fund it. Once they tap into that level, you buy there, you hold. You don't need to exit anytime soon. Most of you, one of the biggest mistakes that I see you making, even especially with the tiniest of account. You see someone trading a $10 account. But the minute the market just makes a small move and already they're not on $50, they close or they do some funny decisions and funny actions, which is not necessary because your account is too small. Your account is too small, so you are the number one candidate who must actually hold trades for the longest of time because your account is too small. You are trying to build that account, and to build an account, especially if it's small, it literally takes more patience in holding those trade setups. So for tonight, that's it. I'm going to stop here. But the amount of value that you manage to get is the same idea that you apply on any pair. Even if you go to currencies, you go to indices, you go whatever, even any other synthetic pair that you might choose to trade. It literally follows the same understanding, the same ideas. So it's all a repetition. It's all a repetition of the same concepts over and over and over and over again. So all you just need to do on your side is just to be consistent in terms of understanding. Have a consistent understanding, right? For you to be a consistently profitable trader, have a consistent understanding of the market, whereby you maintain that level of understanding and you keep going higher and higher, higher in terms of understanding. So, guys, for tonight, I'm done here. You'll find the video straight away on YouTube today. Yeah, most probably, I think by 8:30 or so, the video will be up on YouTube. Please um get as much as much value. I did share the fib setup there. You just go and rewatch the video, then you'll see I did share. For the sake of my time, I need to go now. So for tonight, that's it. We're done. We're done. Once you get in that zone, we strike those swing major sells on VIX75. Even someone with as little as $20, $100, you can literally make good money from that move. VIX75, another thing that I like about it, it's its flexibility. Its flexibility to incorporate both small account holders as well as big account holders. It's different from pairs like VIX100. VIX100 is a very volatile pair where if you have something like $20, that can actually be the stop loss needed. So it's not as flexible as Volatility 75. Volatility 75 now is different because with as little as $20, you can see actually that you can take major trades, hold them for long, and make very good money for yourself. So, guys, that's it. That's it. We're done for tonight. Make sure you go and rewatch the video on YouTube. Make sure you understand. Get this understanding. Don't just watch this once. Don't just watch this twice and say, now I know. Now I think I know. No, relax, slow down. Keep going back again and again and again and again. Your results will begin to talk for you. The way you start to analyze, once it starts changing, you start to see it. So once it starts changing there, that's when you basically know that, yeah, indeed, I actually understood. So that's it for VIX75 and BOOM504. Basically, I can say this new week that we're entering, as well as the rest of June. So guys, that's it for today.